Hey, I'm Penny, and today just a quick video about some lasers. I found a cheap laser on eBay. They sell like 5 pieces for $1. And the way they do it is quite interesting. Normally, you get a laser in a TO can, which looks like this. This is a 3.8mm laser. There are also 5.6 and 9mm diodes. Standard size to fit in those axis or 12mm housings with a screw-in lens. And this one is a 250 milliwatt violet laser, a 405 nanometer laser from Sony. And yeah, now I show you the Chinese laser. It's a module like this. It's hard to get it in shot, it's quite big. And the way they cut down on cost is interesting because, as you can see on the back, there is no driver. It's just 2 wires and a resistor. The easiest driver for a laser diode, obviously. There is no reverse polarity protection, nothing to protect it. And you can only run it on a certain voltage, I think 5 volt it was. The housing is made of plastic, the front is made of plastic, and the lens are also made of plastic, acrylic maybe. And the interesting part is the laser. They don't use a diode like this because it will be expensive. They cut down on cost by mounting the laser die onto a PCB. Let's crack it open. I already loosened the glue so I can take it apart more easily. These are 2 pieces, a PCB on the bottom, which is just a pad and a resistor, and another PCB which looks like a copper sheet, but it's actually a glass fiber PCB with some copper on top and a brass or gold plated metal plate on the bottom where the die is mounted at. And here in the front you can see the die itself. It's soldered onto it and a bond wire goes on top of that PCB. Let's take a closer look. Alright. That is the Chinese laser. In the front you can clearly see the diode and the bond wire going onto the top pad. The diode itself has an interesting pattern on it, which I can't quite see on this microscope. Nevertheless, it's quite small. It's a 5 milliwatt laser diode, a red one, 638 nanometers maybe, not sure. And it's slightly angled and the sides are polished, which has some dust on it right now. And yeah. In comparison to the Sony diode, to the 250 milliwatt diode, well, it's obviously tiny. Let's look into this diode. It has a glass window in front which is anti-reflection coated, RA coated, and it has the die in the back. The bottom, the big one, the black one, is the die which doesn't have polished ends. Maybe it's because the Blu-ray diodes doesn't have that, not sure. And on top there is a photodiode to monitor its power. And it's quite an expensive way to manufacture these. You got a base, you place on the die, the laser die, bonded the wires and put the metal can over it with a glass window in it. And you can obviously make like 5 for $1 for the end customer. And yeah, it's quite interesting. Thank you for watching, and if you find these videos interesting, maybe you check out my channel. I'm Penny.